Hey friends, Andy Smith. This is episode 3, week 2 of Blacksmith Ventures launch program, where we're building a company alongside you to show you what we're doing, how we're building it, and what we're doing inside of the venture. So this is a peer-to-peer community, and I want to start with a conversation I had with a new entrepreneur, early stage founder, and relate it to our experienced founders because I think it will help you as well. All right, so first, got a phone call talking to this early stage founder. And the problem he was having was that he had a company, he had a brand, he had products to offer, and he had a customer, and it was time now to grow. But that wasn't the superpower of this founder. And so it started to get in their head around, how am I going to grow my business if I can't do sales? I'm not a sales machine. I'm a product designer, creative, talented person who knows my product and knows my business, but I don't know how to sell it. And so what they did, they go to social media. They're not posting a lot on social media because it was fearful for them to put themselves out there. Got it, no big deal. But they started looking at what they perceived were competitors. Now, red flag, red flag. I wrote about this in a post not earlier this week about we got to stop looking at competition. So they were looking at competition as if they were inferior to them. And what was happening is they were seeing what the competition was posting, what the competition was talking about, what the competition was saying they were doing. I mean, who really freaking knows what you put on social media, if that's real or not, right? But it was giving them a complex, making them get lower and lower and lower. And they couldn't put themselves out there to then go talk to their customer because they've got a great thing. So I'm talking to this founder, super frustrated, super demotivated, super in a hole, almost like a hermit hole of despair, and almost to the point of, hey, I'm going to give up. Like, I can't do this thing. I'm not good enough. I don't know how to do it. Those are all limits that we put on ourselves. So here were some things we talked about. One, stop looking at the competition. You have a unique superpower that you need customers to have. Your customers love you. Give that superpower, operate in your zone of excellence, and be who you are. Sales is a different thing. You can build sales systems around that, unless we went through those sales systems that founder could build to help get customers 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which looks different from all the other markets. It's not a copy paste. It's a unique formula for each and every business. Now, there are frameworks that we can use and structures that we can use, but it is very different. Second thing that they had to do, they had to get their mind right. They are not a loser. They are winning. They are not alone, right? And those are things that I think us experienced founders who've done this before and are in our business now, but maybe got stuck, I think we can relate to that, because that sense of feeling I'm not good enough, somebody is doing it better than I am, I'm not going to win, I'm going to fail. Those are feelings that, heck, I have those all the time. If I see somebody in our market spaces in one of our ventures doing something better than we're doing, it's like, ooh, I should stop. And that's what they want you to do. We don't want to be doing that. We need to be the ones leading out there, leading the charge. The more you put yourself out on social media, you're going to find your fans and you're going to find your haters. You got to treat them both the same. There is no hoorah and there is no boo-hoo. Those are just noise. Focus on what you got, put your message out, you will find your audience. That doesn't mean everybody should do that, but it is a sidetrack thing of mindset of abundance versus scarcity. Okay, so anyway, great conversation. I think there are a lot of takeaways. If we had to say there are a few takeaways, one is operate in an abundance mindset. You are good enough. 2, make sure you're in your superpower. 3, ignore the competition. Who cares what they're doing? Be aware of the macro market stuff that's happening. That's just good leadership, good business sense. But don't let them demotivate you and take your eye off the ball because you're too busy looking at what they're doing and not loving on your customers. Focus on your customers and you will find success. Okay, enough about that. That was an interesting story from this week. Now, week 2 in the launch program, what are we doing? So we had to get real clear on what we were doing. We talked about that in episode 1 and episode 2 a little bit. Then we started finding a way to put more messaging out. So I talked about that in episode 1, getting loud. So I started getting out of my comfort zone a little bit and talking directly about the program. I spent the last 18 months on social media being very top of funnel, talking about stuff, just talking about what we're doing, talking about how we're doing it, trying to add some value, but never really pulled people down to the middle of the funnel. And so now I'm using my platform to invite experienced founders, business owners in select cities to our programs. And so that's been a significant, minor outside looking in change, but significant for me change to start to now direct people. Where we're directing people to is a landing page that we built called theblacksmith.com. Now, within Blacksmith Ventures, we're doing two things. We're building up great companies under our holding company, Blacksmith Ventures. We're inviting investors in who want to play at the different entities and within our holdco. And we're inviting entrepreneurs in for the launch program. So we built the site, theblacksmith.com, and that's our first landing page. That's our first attempt to do it. We built it live. We continue to change things and tweak things as we learn more, but it gives the entrepreneur a place to go and join the community and apply to be in it. It gives the investor a place to go to learn more information about how to invest inside our venture. So there's a dual purpose, but it does give our target audience of experienced entrepreneurs in select cities right now: Birmingham, Auburn, Boston, which is a new one, Chattanooga, and Atlanta, a place to apply so we can assemble groups of 8 to 10 people that will do 3 things. So we've gotten really clear on this. A monthly in-person meeting. I think that's very important to be person to person and to learn the energy from each other, feel the vibe, get to know each other on a more intimate level so that we can help in life and in business. Because as I'm going through a rebranding of my own brand, it really is life and business, right? Those are the combinations, because if you can change your business, you can impact your life. And so we are building out the landing page. We're building out the groups for each city and starting now to reach out proactively. We've had only inbound coming in from the social media that we're doing. It's been great. We've gotten, I would say, half a dozen applicants coming in. So it's not a lot, but we're not for everybody. We're building something different. There are communities out there that exist, and that's cool. And everybody has their thing. And there's this Vistage stuff, and there's all kinds of these little CEO roundtables. Cool. This is a little different. This is built for founders who are been on the journey before. They're experienced. They're stuck. They may need a little clarity. They may need some community. I know my first 2 ventures were built alone, so it's great to have people around me, pushing me, holding me accountable, guiding me, giving me wisdom and other advice and other ways of thinking so that we never get stopped. But anyway, we're going to do a monthly meeting. We're going to do a weekly virtual session to keep the momentum going. And then we're doing 24/7 Slack channels. So if this early stage entrepreneur happened to be part of our program and they got the feeling where they're demotivated and they're down and they're in the dumps and they're starting to not want to communicate with anyone, put out a 911 message on Slack, and it's like, jump in, community from all different cities can jump in and help, because that's the type of community that we're building. And so anyway, that's a lot of fun. This is week 2. We're going to jump into week 3. We'll start talking more about what we're doing there. But right now, the main focus is taking the inbound, qualifying the applicants, and then continuing to put messaging out while starting to now do some direct outbound on email and LinkedIn to target candidates to see if they want to join the program. So a lot of fun stuff. Love to have you a part of that. If this is a jam for you, theblacksmith.com is where we're building everything right now. Could change. We're starting this soup, putting in ingredients, tasting it, fixing it as we go, and having a lot of fun as we do. So if you've made it this far, thank you. We are friends already. Love to have you subscribe to on YouTube at Andy Smith Life. That's where we are on all social platforms, or at least that's where I am on all social platforms, Andy Smith Life. And love to have you comment, love to have you subscribe to that channel, love to have you reach out to me if you have any questions. If we can help you, we'd love to do that. We've got a team behind us that will pour their heart out to make sure that you are successful in whatever you are trying to do. And they really take a lot of honor and pride in that. So thank you guys. Been a great week. Ready to continue this journey, ready to keep going, ready to continue with the wins and the lessons. All right, friends, have a great day. Andy Smith, and thank you.